Greetings, and welcome to Eminent Reflection. I wanted to show you something. I just had it on the screen there. I'll read it to you. It's an inspiring tweet that I just got in a Twitter thread, which says, roughly, I'm going to paraphrase and shorten it down a bit. If the Democratic Party was overwhelmed by calls that say they won't vote for Joe Biden, but they'll vote for Bernie Sanders, it might get Biden to step down, and the Democratic Party might replace him with Bernie, or would replace him with Bernie. Okay, there's more than that, but I will link in the description of this video to my direct reply to that. There's a whole lot of other stuff I would like to say in here, but I don't want this video to turn out really long. If anybody wants me to make a follow-up and explain stuff, say so in the comments. Let me know. I'll do that. I'll make another one of these videos and add some more stuff to it. Maybe I'll make several of them if you want me to. But I don't even know if anybody's going to see this. So please, if you do see it and you like it, share it. In fact, what I'm going to ask you to do, well, I'll get to that. Let me read this first. Okay, here, I'll put it on the screen so you can see it. Now, I don't know how clear that's going to come through. Depends on your resolution and how good the internet connection is or whatever. But I'm going to try to read that off the screen. I've called the DNC about that. Actually, I have called them several times about that. But I'm an independent, so they won't listen to me as much as they would a party member. Their phone number, in case you want to try that, I think I missed the word 2 there, or share it with some Democrats, is 1-202-863-8000. Then I've got hashtag not me us, working on a video you just inspired, be right back. So I am going to, at the bottom of that tweet, click on replying to myself, which isn't one of the newer Twitter features that basically puts it in the same thread as the next tweet in the thread. So it's like an extension of my tweet. Way of sort of working around the character limit a little bit. And there's my other reply. I already had typed it earlier and I cut it to the clipboard so that I could reply and paste it in here. You are correct that it might get such things to happen. What would be almost certain to make it happen is if people started making YouTube videos announcing the same thing publicly, and then people started calling saying they're on board with the videos. So, are you on board with this? Because I will not vote for Joe Biden. And I've been trying to tell this to people who present themselves as, people who are going to vote for Joe Biden, supposedly. But they don't say they're supporting Joe Biden. They say things like Joe Biden is more liberal than Donald Trump. Which, of course, most Trump supporters would consider an insult, or at least most Republicans would. It's a conservative party. Being a liberal is an insult to them. So I really think these are Republicans trying to keep Bernie Sanders from defeating the Republican Party nominee as a write-in candidate. Because they actually think Bernie Sanders has a better chance of winning as a write-in candidate than Joe Biden has as the Democratic Party nominee. And you know what? They might very well be right. I'm not sure they're not right. As a matter of fact, I think that Bernie Sanders, as a write-in candidate, has a slim chance of winning. But I also know that the odds of Joe Biden winning as a party nominee are not very good. Probably better than Bernie Sanders beating him as a write-in, but you know what? I don't see that as a win for the people. I'm an independent. I'm not a Democrat. The Democratic Party can't make me vote for anyone they tell me to. I support democracy. So whoever you want is who I would like you to vote for. I think most people want Bernie Sanders. The evidence seems to indicate that. Anybody, my experience, anybody who bothers to learn about Bernie Sanders ends up wanting him to win. Haven't found a single exception to that yet. Now, sure, there are some people who, they've been lied to and they believe the lies and they say, Bernie's a communist and I hate communism. But they don't know a thing about communism. They know, about some places that, dictators have called communism, in order to fool the people into letting them become their dictator. They offered communism because people in those places knew what communism was, and it looked like a good thing. And it can be, but it usually only works on a small scale. Socialism is a little different. Socialism works better on a large scale, but this country has it on a small scale. This country has socialism. It has some democratic socialism. This was founded as a representative democratic socialist republic, but we presently give socialism mostly to the rich and the corporations. They get government help to own more stuff themselves and amongst themselves. And, they get cartels and things like that. Oh, heck, the Democratic Republican Party is a cartel with two factions. So there's that. But see, we were talking about that on Twitter. Well, there's branching threads and everything. This is getting long, isn't it? Yeah, 7 minutes. Okay, so I want to wrap this up. But here's the thing. It was brought up that the Democratic Party basically wants to lose. I mean, it's getting really obvious. And I was actually telling somebody who was trying to convince me not to vote for Bernie Sanders. Apparently, he's trying to get me to tell people that the Democratic Party has chosen to lose. Well, you know what? Okay, so I'll say it. They've chosen to lose. Not for his reasons, but for mine. Because this guy, he says he's going to vote for Joe Biden. He's convinced me that he's a Trump supporter, or at least somebody who's, against Joe Biden. Hasn't said he's actually supporting Joe Biden. But no matter how many times I tell him that I will not vote for Donald Trump and I will not vote for Joe Biden, he keeps trying to get me to not vote for Bernie Sanders. And this has happened so much. Well, if they're not trying to keep me from giving a vote to Joe Biden or giving a vote to Donald Trump, and they're not trying to keep me from taking a vote from Joe Biden or taking a vote from Donald Trump because they know I will not vote for either of those two, then why are they so intent on getting me not to vote for Bernie Sanders? Because they know Bernie Sanders can win. And I don't think there's a single person out there planning on voting for Joe Biden who actually would be upset if Bernie Sanders won. So these got to be Trump supporters, or at least anti-Joe Biden people. I've been trying since 1969 to get us the right to vote directly against someone, because I recognize there's a difference between being for one candidate and against another, and there's a difference between voting for one candidate and voting against another. People use bad math. They say things like, a vote for Bernie Sanders is a vote for Donald Trump, or a vote for Bernie Sanders is a vote for Joe Biden. Well, it's not. It's a vote for Bernie Sanders. I will be writing in Bernie Sanders if he's not on the ballot, and I don't expect him to be on the ballot, so I'm planning on writing him in. What else can I do? So if the Democratic Party doesn't want to lose the election, if they want their nominee to win the presidency, well, then they should nominate someone who can win the presidency. Now, they've already nominated Joe Biden, they could change that. They can even break their own bylaws. They've proven that. They went to court and told the judge, but it's not your jurisdiction. We only broke our own bylaws. You know, and they could also do it within their bylaws if they really wanted to. Like I said, Bernie has the support. He can win with or without them. Is it going to happen? Don't know. Am I counting on it? Absolutely not. But I'm going for a win for the people. Because the way I see it, and I've said this several times, Joe Biden represents a better class of plutocrats than Donald Trump does. But I want a president who represents the people, not the plutocrats. So, I will be putting a link to this video, into that reply tweet in the description of this video. Please find it there. And also, please make your own videos to add to this. Hashtag Bernie over Biden, if you want a hashtag to share with it. And if you would be so kind, share the links to your videos about this in the description of, or in the comments of this video, and you know, maybe other such videos you find as well if you don't see them already linked in the comments somewhere. And also share them on social media, not just yours, other people's as well. Any of them you like, if you think they did a good job making their point. And then when you're seeing these videos all over the place, or sooner, yeah, call the Democratic Party, especially if you're a Democrat, and let them know that you agree with the message, that you will be voting for Bernie Sanders. And again, I'm not asking you to do that if you're planning on voting for Joe Biden. If you've got a plan on who you're going to vote for, I don't want to mess up your plan. But if you're planning on voting for Bernie Sanders, or planning on not voting at all because you think Bernie Sanders can't win, then I'm asking you to please vote for Bernie Sanders. If you want Bernie Sanders, yeah, then I'm asking you to vote for Bernie Sanders. And I'm asking you to make it publicly known that that is your plan, so that the Democratic Party can't say, well, we didn't know. Make it obvious. Send them a message. Maybe video record yourself leaving them a message on their answering machine, or talking to someone there, telling them that you will be voting for Bernie Sanders, and if they want their nominee to win the presidency, they should change who their nominee is to the candidate who can beat Donald Trump, instead of the one who has a little bit of a chance of it. Because Bernie Sanders, if he had their nomination, almost certain he's going to beat Trump. Look at the odds with Joe Biden. They're not good. I'm not encouraging anyone to give up. If you really want Joe Biden, I've only met one person said they really want Joe Biden. But if you really want Joe Biden, yeah, you know, don't give up. If you really want any particular candidate, don't give up. And by the way, to all you Howie Hawkins supporters out there, or any other third-party supporters, independent supporters who maybe support someone other than Bernie Sanders, you know, shout out to Kanye West supporters, or you know, hardcore Yang gang that's still planning on writing in Andrew Yang. Whoever you want, you should be able to vote for that person, for that candidate. And if you don't have anyone you really want, if all you really want is to stop someone from winning, you should be allowed and you should be able to cast a vote directly against the candidate that you are most against, and have that count as a subtractive vote, not a vote added to another candidate that you also didn't want. So yeah. Um, Check my my pinned tweet in Twitter. Right now, I've got, I believe, hashtag People's Primary. It's about an electoral reform, part of an electoral reform, a primary that would help get more candidates on the ballot instead of helping eliminate them on the general election ballot, so that the people can have choices on the general election that they actually want, and also a general election reform called Bernie, hashtag BIRNY. It's strange spelling. It stands for Balanced Instant Runoff Normalized Yield, and that will deal with the plethora of good candidates that we end up getting on the general election ballot. Good, bad, and indifferent candidates, and allow you to vote not just for whoever you want, but for as many candidates as you want in a fair system that should work for everyone, and also against as many candidates as you want if you choose to do that. It's it's a better system than any I've seen out there, and worked a very long time on it. So, again, um, enough of this video. I'm trying to see 16 minutes. Okay, I'm going to end this thing.